Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Minecraft on the Block, and this is the Krafters FTB server. Minecraft style. And a couple of things. I went ahead and put a couple more blocks in this thing. I was actually not able... I saved one of the three that I put in, I think. I put 1, 2, 3, and I was able to save one of them that I removed from getting burnt up in the lava. But anyway, so now it holds... or it has a heat capacity of 1760. It really doesn't matter. Anything over 1700 is not really that much use until we get to, I think it's 2500 or 2000 or something like that. The only thing we can't do in this one is tungsten, as far as I can tell. So I think the only thing we need, sorry, I'm messing with my mic. The only thing we need to go up in heat capacity for is tungsten. So I'm not going to mess with it because I think, yeah, anyway, we'll deal with that later. So a couple of things. I put my chunk loader back, and I did that. I have it set right now on a circular radius of 3 because I really just want to get this whole area loaded and have all my storage devices and stuff loaded. So that thing's loading 3 on a circular radius, which only loads a total of 13 chunks. If you go square, it loads like 25, I think, from this point. So I was just trying to make sure. I wanted to put it in here because I think it looks cool, and I just kind of wanted to get generally this whole building facility loaded with this chunk loader. So that's what I did. I had a really good suggestion. Bagman, once again, came to the rescue, and somebody else has probably mentioned this. I know they have, and I'm sorry if I finally only listened when I was told the 100th time. But Bagman gave me an idea to put in some energy cells. And I like that idea. I'll tell you why. I like that idea because it will allow me to do basically store Minecraft joules. And the problem that I've been having, as you guys know, is that I end up with this weird... The reason I put the chunk loader in is to try to solve my problem with the weirdness going on over here. It just... Yeah, I mean, it's just not working. I still have issues. I've tried all kinds of different things. And it still seems like no matter what happens when I leave this thing alone, it eventually just... And these things are pretty much... Well, they're not all running. I got 8 again, I guess. But when I came back today, they were all empty again. And I had even thought I turned them off, which was really confusing me even more, but apparently I didn't actually turn them off. So anyway, but the point being that I just can't deal with it. I would rather just have power going, but then I was like, well, I don't really want it to run because that's wasting resources because I'm not doing anything with the Minecraft joules. But Redstone energy cells will allow us to store that power at the very least. So, one other thing I was going to show you before we get into that is that I changed the way this was configured. A lot of you guys probably figured it out, but these are set up to where this one feeds to this one feeds to this one, because there's only one output. So these are feeding from the top up, and that means that when I had the cable coming into the top, it was only feeding this one and this one. So I just put it down the entire back of the array. This one won't ever get fed unless this thing starts producing. And if I put more in here, I can put a couple more wires in to make sure they're all getting touched, and these can go out into this one, and then, or maybe each one of them goes like into the other. I'll just keep them in kind of a circular pattern. Anyway, this one is now once again producing. It was stuck. This one was at 10 million, and this one was 0. So yeah, these are getting the EU now. So I'll start. I probably would have I don't remember if those run when I'm not here or not. They will now, though, with the chunk loader. So I'll have a ton of EU, and I'm going to need to solve that problem. But first things first, let's get some energy cells. So to do that, I need to get a energy cell frame, which is relatively easy. I think I have most of what I need for that. I'm going to need a diamond. I'm going to need 4 pieces of electrum, which I just happen to have, and I have 4 hardened glass. I need to make more of all of that, but that should do it. And I'm going to need to get a lot, apparently, of molten redstone. So let's get that going. There we go. Hold on just a second. All right, I'm back. Had a minor emergency to take care of. People were wailing. All right. Stop. Okay. Yeah, what am I doing? Making this thing. Okay, so we're getting some molten redstone going. That's what we're doing. So, I'm not sure how much it takes, but let's go ahead and build this. Oh, you know what else? I decided that I wanted to make, maybe I'll make this right now too, and what is it called? An advanced crafting table, just for fun. I totally have everything I need. I'm making one right now. I just want to see what it's like. So the idea behind this is that it's kind of an auto crafting type thing. When I was reading about it, it actually said something like better than an auto crafting table for some reason. I can't remember what the reason was, but it wasn't real convincing. However, I want to own one, so let's just make one. I have everything I need just laying around, so we might as well do it. Plus, anything I can do in here to make it look cooler is, I just like machines. This is kind of the way I am in real life. I will just bring crap around. There we go, advanced crafting table. And we've got the energy to run it, so we might as well. Bam, it's kind of cool looking. So, let's use this to build our, to build this thing just for fun. So, redstone energy cell. We need this. We need cell frame. Okay. Wow, it's a little laggy. Interesting. There we go. Wow. That was quick. That's kind of cool, and then it just leaves the recipe. That's cool. Huh. Well, it certainly didn't take long. I don't know that I'm going to have much use for it, necessarily. But it's cool, because I got two things my lasers can operate on. I wonder what else I could use those for. I wish it... I should think of something cool to do with these. They're interesting. Stack them or something? No, you can't stack them. I don't know. This building's a friggin' mess. Okay. So let's just see about this thing. Apparently I've got enough of that. This is full of molten redstone. Well, not full, as you can tell. It's got a teeny bit of molten redstone. I went ahead and made another one because my idea is that I'd have water, redstone, and lava, potentially those three normally, and I could just store them down here and then replace these as necessary, and that way I can pump stuff out of here and not have to worry about it. Okay, energy cell frame thingy, and got one of those. Now I need lead, which I've got. This, which is easy. Easy when you've got some gold on you. And when you can place blocks correctly. Shift, space, click. Whatever. Totally useless. Thank you for the space click idea, but it doesn't work. At least it doesn't do what I want it to do. Lead. Couple of lead. And I got some electrum. I need 3 of those and a couple of lead, right? We're going to have our first energy cell. And I don't know how much this stuff holds. I'll probably need some more. But at least this will get us 1. Yeah, nice. Let's use this thing again because it's fun. What about, can I clear that? Whatever. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1. 1. No? There's some things you just can't build? Oh, that's a reception coil. What did I do wrong? It needs a conductance coil. Oh, that uses electron. What a dummy. Well, what are the chances I'll remember I have that thing when I need it? Probably slim to... Oh, there was a piece in there, though. Good. Perfect. And I guess it's just another table I can use. The conductance coil. So the electrum is for conductance type activities. Wow. I mean, it certainly doesn't take a lot of time, that's for sure. All right, so that Question is, what do you do with a thing, with such a thing? You put it right there. Because I'm pretty sure it's gonna look cool. Looks pretty cool. And I'll bet you can carry it around with a charge, which is brilliant. So I could theoretically put it right here. Let's see, what would that do for me? I think I need one more of those. Do I have one? I do. Because the other one is taken. It's got a purpose in life. Now I've effectively plugged up all of my holes in the floor now. Put one right here. Oh, not useful. What about right here? Perfect. Now I can get rid of that. Okay. Are you storing energy? Max input, max output. Oh, that's interesting too. So it'll hold 600,000, which is not a lot. So I wonder if I can just stack a bunch of them. That would be cool. And then like grab them, and because that would be really cool. I think the idea kind of, this is not a good place for my access. I'm going to need to put an access path of some sort there. No, I'm sorry, I'm kind of talking quiet. This is what happens when I get into just kind of doing my own thing mode. Okay, so that was one thing, and the advanced crafting table. I did both the things I wanted to accomplish, so we could call the video anytime. We would be happy. All right, so I'm going to make some more of those. Things I know I need, for instance, are, let's see. Let's make a few more hardened glass. Too bad I can't use the macerator for this. This is one thing I would really like to... No configuration kit. There we go. It's one thing I'd really like to be able to use the macerator for, because I got kind of my custom setup in here for just like one-off things when I just want to throw something in a machine. And I can't throw obsidian in a macerator. And you might be able to in a rotary macerator. I guess I should look into that. But I don't own one of those right now. So this is just for purposes of making a little bit of hardened glass. Need some lead. We put it in the induction, well, I don't even know what it's called. Something smelter. Induction smelter or whatever. We'll go find out. Give me that. And then turn that back on, just so I don't forget. Definitely have a lot of cool machines laying around. Induction smelter, I was right. Okay, that'll give us some hardened glass. And then we need, let's make at least one more of those things. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. We need another diamond. I'll leave that one in there. I have to go get some diamonds from the other spot. I'm getting low on diamonds. Give me that. And like so. No. Is that wrong? There we go. I think I have enough redstone to fill that. No, looks like I do not. It's always something. Might as well make a little bit. Seems as though, oh no, not there. Seems as though I'm going to need it. Okay, let that thing go. All right, what else? So I can get a couple of those and I'll have 2 of them. That's not the best spot for it. Actually, it's not going to fill up that quick. Oh, it's draining. It's kind of a buffer, I guess. Oh, because it's sitting right next to this thing, that's why. Probably not the spot. I have to find the spot. I don't know what the spot is, but that's not it. Okay, this thing's working. All right, let me take a look around. I'll be right back. Hey guys, I was just looking at the situation over here again, and it's really interesting. All of my saplings now, today, seem to be going down this route. Yesterday, I think I said, well, I don't know if it was yesterday, but last video, I think I said that most of them tended to be going down this one route, back into the planter thing, and now they all seem to be going this way, pretty much every single one. I planted some oaks, which I actually think was a bad idea because I just realized they won't stack here, and so I won't be able to merge. In fact, I think it was a really bad idea. I should have just put those in there. I was half considering moving to oaks, but anyway, I can kind of babysit it and see what happens. I was thinking maybe oaks would, I don't know, perform better for some reason. I don't know. I was thinking these were like the best trees I could get because they produce a lot of saplings, it seems like. But I could be wrong about that. Anyway, I don't know. So yeah, see, every single one of them now, none of them are coming down this path. And it seems like it kind of gets to the point where that's true for either one. Like they either all go one way or they all go the other way. And the only way that's going to even out is if it gets to the point where one of them has enough that it stops asking for them for a while so the other one can fill up. And that's just not happening right now. I don't really see it happening. I don't see it happening in the foreseeable future. So I don't really know what to do about this. It seems like ever since I had that issue, things just went downhill. Now, the only other thing that's possible is that I'm just not able to produce enough to fill these with biogas. That if I was to go back to a single array, in fact, let's just test that. I'm guessing it's probably true. These have a lot of gas in them. If I was going to do that, I would probably just make another tree farm and still operate on a single fermenter. Just put a second tree farm back here, arboretum and logger. Or I guess I could upgrade that and make it a bigger one, although that just doesn't seem, I don't know, maybe that's better. What I was going to say is I think one of the problems that I have is that the output of saplings and stuff just isn't enough to keep this going. And if I can't keep things full, then until they get full, right, until these are all full, and these down here are nowhere near full, right, they don't even have anything in them, until I can get these all full, it's always going to be using the saplings, and the saplings are always going to get used faster than they're produced, until you can get enough biogas to fill that up, and the engines are going to constantly be using it quicker. So actually one thing I could do potentially is turn one of the banks off altogether, like turn this bank off so that it fills, this will actually fill up at some point. I might try that. I might try leaving one of the banks off and then let these fill up because these first couple are full. So basically what I envision would happen here if I could keep it going is these would fill up because they won't be using anything. So these will eventually all get pretty full. And then it will start filling these up. And then once the system is full, kind of like the, you know, the charging of the system with this, once the system's full, then you can actually start to pull energy from it and you can put it back in at a decent rate. Because I think if we start running the engines again, once there's a stack of, you know, a stack of saplings in both machines, or a couple of stacks maybe in the other machine, then that would work. So it looks like I got an oak to grow. Now what's going on? Oh, I guess if I'm going to do that, I better tell it to send those, crap. Send oak that way. Where are the saplings going? Where are they going? It's weird. It seems like those saplings were just like disappearing. I don't see them in my inventory. They're not going in there. Not going in there. Crap. I do have some oak. Where are they going? See if I can grab one. There we go. It's weird. I just lost a bunch of them. Huh. Well, maybe they were getting planted? Is that possible? What in the world? They didn't get sucked up by that, did they? Get stuck somewhere in here? Doesn't look like it. Huh. Now that is strange. This is probably going to cause my system to get all jacked up because that's going there. I mean, that's okay now because it's not able to keep up anyway. But it doesn't look like any of these are getting replanted. I don't think certain types of saplings really work better than others. Alright, well, let me admit that I know I'm just totally rambling and looking at stuff. I can't figure out what's going on. Let me do this. Let me see if my theory is correct. If I might try adding another arboretum real quick and see if that actually helps me, because then I might be able to keep up with the sapling demand. But if I could get these generally full, which was going to take a while, and these, in fact, I could like pipette stuff out and try to get these full. Anyway, let me do that. I'll be back. I just realized one thing that was going on. You guys probably already knew this, but as soon as you knock down a sapling, if you don't pick it up immediately, the system is going to pick it up. The logger picks it up. So they were getting dumped out, and the logger picks up saplings that are just laying around. So that's what happened. When they were getting kicked out, the logger was picking them up and putting them back in the system, and it was just cycling through. It just kept dumping that one sapling out, I think. So anyway, that's just some free information. I thought was kind of interesting, but not really relevant. Well, relevant, I guess, but yeah, I'm still not getting any better luck. So I think what I probably want to do, I think I'm going to get rid of these saplings here. Yeah, see, it's so fast you can't even pick it up. It just goes right back in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these out. I'm going to take all of these. Let's see if I can get them fast enough. Give me those. And I'm going to give... Oh, darn it. Oh, well, those won't get put back into the system anyway. I'm going to give those to this one, these to that. And let this thing have basically all... Although I might use that to seed my new system. So anyway, I just wanted to show you guys that I figured that out so you didn't think I was an idiot, because I'm sure you guys knew exactly what was going on. All right, I'll be right back. All right, guys, I was not right back. For you guys, it will seem like I was right back, but for me, it's been a day or so. And I've only spent probably, well, I've been dinking with it for a couple of hours, just messing around. It probably looks like even more of a monstrosity than it used to be. But I think it's actually working. So a couple of things happened. I just was playing around, messing with stuff. One, I've got everything running right now, and most things are pretty full. That's actually because I ran only one bank of engines. And and I actually cut off the fuel flow to the other one, and that filled up both of them pretty quickly, and everything was running fine. So one bank of engines with one of these is fine, and then I put the fuel flow back on, and it filled the other one up, and now they're running pretty good. But then I decided to reconfigure the whole thing and add the second arboretum just because I thought it was cool, and I wanted to see how I could, what kind of a system I could put together. So let me just walk you through it real quick, and then I will let you go. So the idea here is that this one, although to be honest with you, it hasn't really been working. I don't think. Well, it's doing something. Maybe there's a problem with them being so close or something. Yeah, maybe the logger from this one steals the... I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It was working, and it was supplying quite a few saplings at one time. You can see... Yeah, I mean, it's going pretty good. Yeah, well, let's play with it a little bit. So, here's the deal. I set up the double chest, just in case you were wondering. I just do a double wooden chest here because I just want it to cover both of these. One chest covers both. I just want to have one auto-archic or whatever, this gate. So whenever there's items in the inventory, it pulls out just like normal. And then here's our first decision point. I send half of the saplings each way, right? So half of them are going to go down, which I actually should put a redstone or a red, I don't know what I'm saying, red. I'll put a gold pipe there. Actually, I'll put one right there probably. Oh, did I mess it up? I think I did. Anyway, let's see if I can keep from destroying my system here. Is that cobble? Let's put a gold pipe there. Yeah, that seems okay. And that'll at least speed things up a little bit. Now, does it matter? Can things go both directions? I believe so. Yeah. So anyway, the way it works is half of them go one way and half of them go the other, right? So at this decision point, I'm just sending half of the saplings both directions and then wood and sand down. So some of the saplings get put back into the system and they get replanted and does its thing, right? And the wood and the sand goes down. Then here, saplings go up and wood and sand go to the red route, which sends them into here, and they get put in their barrels and whatnot, right? And then here, when the saplings come up, they all get routed through the blue route, and the green route is for wood and sand, right? So this is kind of a two-way street right here. And then this is basically the same as it was before. It's just the holding tank for the saplings, and it pulls out into the arboretum or this way. I wish I could set the arboretum to have even less. I wish I could set it lower than 10%. I wish I could set it at like 5% or something like that. Anyway, hold on just a second. Sorry I had to take that. It was my wife. But anyway, actually the system was still going while I was gone, which is cool. So yeah, anyway, you can see a lot of those saplings are coming this way and getting put in here now. So now the system really is producing a lot of saplings, it looks like. Yeah, this might be just what the doctor ordered. So the one piece left here, the piece of the puzzle, is the slight change I made to humus and fertilizer. So if we go look down here, I just did this one auto crafting table with two chests, one for fertilizer, one for dirt. And that serves both of the fertilizer needs. That serves the needs for the fertilizer of the crafting table and the needs for the fertilizer being asked for through these pipes by the fermenter, right? So, yeah. So as long as I can keep fertilizer and dirt in those two chests, that right there is the thing. I mean, everything else is totally self-sustaining. I just have to feed it dirt and fertilizer. And the fertilizer goes a long way. So there's that. And this, I wouldn't be surprised if eventually this thing was stacked up on and maybe even poured, like overflowing on saplings. Just depending. I guess I could potentially like have a loop in here, have one more route and send, you know, it would be like the red route and send saplings through the red, black, and white route and then loop the red route back in with like a iron pipe right there so they only ever went that way. And that would allow me to have 2/3 of them going into the system and 1/3 over here, because right now it's half and half. Because, I mean, supposedly, at least over time. So, yeah, I mean, that's one thing to keep in mind. If we wanted to do that, we could. But yeah, the only problem that I've seen so far, and I'm not sure if it was a fluke or if I did something wrong, but my hummus was overflowing out of this. When this thing asked for hummus, in fact, I've got so much hummus now. I'm not even going to test it right now. But anyway, when this thing was asking for hummus, whoops, it was popping out. And I don't know if it was just getting too much or if it was asking for some and then it was, I mean, it wasn't full. So it was weird. So what I did was I changed it to the 10%. And I put a gold pipe here to make sure that the hummus can get there quickly, because once it starts asking, it's just going to pull. And while things are in transit, until it gets into the actual inventory, it's going to keep asking. So it would easily happen that too many could come out because it's asking for 8 at a time. So it could get a couple of stacks before it knew what happened. The only one thing I was thinking is to put another gold pipe in here, like right here maybe. Just to kind of make sure that gets there quickly, because we want to get the hummus into the system as fast as possible. So I would, if I didn't want to deal with having all this extra hummus, I would test that, but I'm not going to. So this thing also asks for hummus, which is that route right there. I think I already said that. So if the soil gets less than 10%, send a blue pipe signal and do that. And then there's some gold conductive pipes in here, or not gold conductive, just gold transport pipes, which will make sure the system goes quickly. And it looks like we're basically overflowing the system right now. So hopefully we can't like over pressurize these pipes and blow them up. I don't think I've seen such a thing. But what we could also do is put some like tanks in here to hold this. Yeah. So we are doing good on this, I would say now. What we probably, yeah, I mean, look at this. I better go sleep. It's going to be getting too much very soon. So anyway, we're about at the end. I think we're just over 30 minutes. So I just wanted to show you guys that kind of final product. It's not perfect. I'm sure there's going to be some flaws as far as having to tweak a little bit of the logic that I set up, but I think it's pretty close. It's not that much different than what I had. I just kind of centralized the hummus and fertilizer down there, looping some of the saplings back in here so I didn't have to like send all the saplings over there and then re-ask for them. So I think that's okay. I mean, it'll keep up as long as half the saplings go back in, and this looks like it's doing pretty well over here, so I don't think that'll be a problem. And the additional power consumption is well worth the additional power output. So I think the only thing is I will be filling up these barrels pretty quick. I'm going to have to get like interdimensional barrels. I can't remember how many they hold, but well, not too quick. I mean, there's a lot here. And the sand doesn't seem to be doing that well. Let's see, that is a waste. So are these. And some sand down here. Yeah, I mean, I'm not getting a lot of sand, so I think we're going to be okay. So I could theoretically, I don't want to like, my guess is I was running pretty well, 6 of them pretty well. About 9 of them pretty well. I could get 6 and then another half a bank going pretty consistently. I'll bet if I did another bank of these with the 2 farms, I could get 2 of them going, but I don't think it's necessary. This thing is maxed. I put this one down here. I haven't actually figured out how to use one yet. I tried to use one a minute ago, and I just went and threw it up on top of this thing. right here because I didn't have the engines on and I wanted to use this table, so I just threw it up here hoping that it would send power into the system, and it didn't seem to be doing anything. So I've got 2 of those things full now. I made a second one. I guess I didn't show you guys that. That was something else I didn't do. But you can kind of just throw them anywhere on the system and they'll fill up. I just don't know how to use them. I don't even know if they're output into the system, to be honest with you, unless... Can you... Oh, there we go. Maybe that's it. That is it. That's exactly it. So I just didn't do that right. There we go. Well, now I know. So I can use those next time. I'll probably make a few more and just stick them along, you know, the system anywhere, and then charge them up. And that way, if I ever need one, I can pull it off. I'm thinking now that I've got all those engines running at full speed to do this again, but these are full, so I'm going to need to make some more of these because solar panels are running all the time with the chunk loader. I'm considering, now that I have the system set up this way, I was considering taking the chunk loader out. I'm not really sure if it matters. I don't know. Probably doesn't matter. I haven't really decided that yet, but I might take the chunk loader out. And just turn off the engines when I'm not using them, which is kind of what I was going to do anyway, because right now the problem will be, you know, making too much, for one thing, making too much biogas and using up all of the dirt and, man, this is really cranking through it now. I mean, this internal biogas storage is filling up. Anyway, using up all the dirt and fertilizer because this thing is just going to keep going. And if I don't have more of those redstone storage cells, I mean, I'd have to just fill this place with those things to make it worth running this thing offline, because it is just, well, I mean, you can see it's producing, we're producing 30, 60 MJ per tick, and we're not using it, any of it, when we're not here. I mean, there's nothing. And I mean, there's no reason to run that thing because these are full. So I have to get some more energy storage and usage system going. So what I should probably be doing is like pumping cobblestone in and making scrap and producing UU matter is what I really need to get to. So anyway, I know I'm running over now. I was probably on good timing and I've been babbling and now it's long. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up. Please leave a comment. I will respond to each and every one of them. And follow me on Twitter, MinecraftOTB. It's another great way to get a hold of me. I will also respond to each and every tweet. I was just wondering if that was going to happen. Good thing I got the magic boots. Probably enchant a pair of pants next time. I've been wanting to do that. And we will probably also work on de-uglifying this. I've got a couple of suggestions from people on things I could do. Break it up with some black, not all glass like it is. The shape isn't that bad, I've heard people say. It's just the ridiculous glass effect. So I appreciate all the feedback. I will take it all into consideration, and we'll make this thing look less ugly. Not good, but less ugly. So anyway, thanks guys for watching. I will talk to you next time.